I think Cannes Next this year is one of the most exciting and far-reaching editions what has taken place in the history of Marche. And there are, I would say, several reasons for that. I think one of the reasons is that we've done it on a scale which has been unprecedented, both in terms of companies who are participating, but also the speakers who've invited. Plus also we've introduced many new formats and sort of made clear some already existing formats. So of course the whole idea there has been to make Next more close and accessible to the film industry, so they would understand the benefits and opportunities what technology gives to the issues in our contemporary film industry. One of the big changes what we did this year was that we decided to take VR and XR as separate programs. So we created this year something which is called Cannes XR, which handles virtual reality, augmented reality, and everything in between what is happening in this so-called immersive media space. And the reasons for that were actually came from twofold. So first of all, we saw that VR content, like VR films, are becoming a very viable medium, and thus festival programmers here in Cannes also need to get access to these libraries, because we already have VR programs in Venice, we have VR programs in Tribeca, and also VR programs in smaller festivals. And Cannes is a place where a lot of festival programmers, actually almost 1,800 programmers all over the world, make their decisions for the upcoming year. So it totally made sense to curate this area as a separate track. And also the other reason why we decided to separate Next and Cannes XR was that in previous years our clients or our partners, they had very hard time understanding what Cannes Next is. Is it about innovation in general? Is it about new business models? Is it about VR and etc.? And that's why this kind of clarity was really necessary. So what Cannes Next does is that we really focus on very practical I would say tools and lectures and workshops and educational programs which relate to innovation in general for the film industry. So we're introducing companies and startups that actually offer viable solutions, to some of the opportunities and issues such as blockchain, whether it's on VOD or whether it's in smart contracts or revenue management and etc. Whether these are audience marketing tools, whether these are collaborative script writing platforms. So there's a lot of companies and startups who are making huge leaps in these very practical areas related to film industry, and I think Cannes is a good place where we can connect them both, where the startups can discover clients in the film world and the film world can get actually access something as startups. The second thing, of course, what we did was that we started very close to looking at our conference programming and really thinking at what are these important topics and issues that we need to bring forward in Cannes. And one of the formats that we created this year is called Visionaries, and is a brand new format where almost every day we invited a visionary or a group of visionary in a certain area that relates to the future and to the well-being of the entertainment industry. So on the first day we had Harald Neidhardt. He's running an organization called Future.io that supports European scientists, technologists to launch moonshots. And engineers quite often build technology, but in order for the technology to come forward to society, we need great storytelling. And that's why there's a very imminent link here in Cannes connecting storytellers and technologists. We also had Julie Brill, who's the vice president of Microsoft, talking about artificial intelligence and what AI will generally do to creativity and our industry alike. Efe Chakarel, the founder and CEO of Mubi, which is a very unique art house film distribution platform, having a very intimate fireside chat with Johanna Koljonen, telling about the vision of Mubi. And Mubi has evolved from a streaming platform into a company that basically announced their productions of films in Cannes. So it was a very exciting talk. And actually today we had our last Visionaries talk, which actually evolved around the state of our planet and what filmmakers and technologists can do, in order to address that very, very pending need. In addition, this year, for the first time, we are launching Cannes Next Media Meets Tech Day, which is a showcase of 12 European startup companies that are in the forefront of innovation, and we're also introducing investors and accelerators. So Cannes Next has really become a platform that connects the best of tech and the best of innovation in the film industry. I think this year in Cannes there's been a few, I'd say, key takeaways. The first one is that we all have to take the next step. It's definitely clear that technology has become quite mature to help the film industry, but the film industry needs to take the next step. I think we are getting into a point where the existing solutions don't yield the necessary results, and we can't move forward, or we can't find solutions if all of us are not ready to take the next step. And what we also understood is that it needs to be a very close collaboration with everybody in the ecosystem, because there is no ready-made solutions. There are parties and organizations and then players in the field who can figure out the solutions together, but there is no golden egg, you know, in the form of a super streaming platform or a magical investor or so forth. And collaboration really has been the second word. And the third, I would say, a key takeaway, what has been quite visible here in Cannes, is that blockchain is here to stay. If last year we saw that most of the projects, at least the European ones, were in early phases of experimentation, then this year I'm really proud to see that you know, the companies that we featured on the blockchain day, they've already getting into a very good growth stage. So definitely this technology that was very sort of mystified or very mystic has already been, you know, been used enough to offer great opportunities. So so for me, really, it's good to see that again these two sides are coming together, and filmmakers, technologists, and investors are really collaborating here in Cannes, you know, to make this industry sustainable.